Whoever hears the name McLaren and thinks about what? Two things. Formula One, the legendary battles of Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna on the racetracks of the world. And the second is the McLaren F1, a supercar for the street. Mr. Bean tried and drove one into a clump. And the new McLaren MP4-12C, they haven't done themselves any favors with the name, but as far as driving dynamic goes, it sets their new benchmark. Hydraulically adjustable suspension and the whole thing with 600 horsepower and 600 Newton-meter of torque. Turbo supercharged V8. Superlatives without end. Can something like this be driven in everyday life? But before one can judge this orange ground-to-air missile, it must first be peeled out of the parking garage. Here the trick actually is, in quotes, not to hit this over €200,000 valuable supercar or to leave it on the steep driveway. Once this is done, the 625 horsepower high flyer behaves meekly, thanks to caution. And now comes a difficult sentence: seamless shift 7-speed dual-clutch transmission with rocker and pre-cog function, which lets the McLaren go quite easily through the city maze. A high-speed orgy of aluminum, carbon fiber, and fiberglass. A supercar with Formula One know-how, developed with the sober calculation of McLaren boss Ron Dennis. The overall shape aims only for the best aerodynamics and necessary downforce. A projectile with a maximum of 2 passengers on board. On country roads, it's not possible to savor the performance if you don't want to stand with a gas foot in jail. But the McLaren doesn't give you a reason for this. It's not a nervous race car that only accounts for its fascination with revs beyond the 7,000 mark. Nicely cruising in the foothills is also a delight. €200,000 are needed to attain the MP4-12C. The features of the McLaren include traction control, electronic brake force distribution, and an assistance system derived from Formula One called brake steer. Automatic climate control naturally, and most importantly for narrow and dark underground garages, parking sensors are on board. To survive in the highly competitive super sports markets, McLaren relies on the combination of performance from the premium class, meaning Bugatti, Pagani, and Koenigsegg, and at a very reasonable price. The mid-engine meteorite accelerates from 0 to 100 in 3.3 seconds. Top speed is 333 kilometers an hour. It is fascinating how sovereignly and confidently McLaren shakes these values off the cuff. Unfortunately, it always makes you faster. Too fast for country roads. To drive on the German Autobahn at 300 kilometers an hour, you only need a fitting and potent vehicle. And also the traffic conditions have to play ball, and most importantly, you have to have respect for the speed. Whether full throttle, on the track, more or less comfortable country roads, or in stop-and-go city traffic, the McLaren MP4-12C completes all games without any problems. It's only narrow and gloomy underground garages that it doesn't like so much.